Emotional scenes outside a prison in Bangkok as 19 anti-government protesters are freed on bail. They were arrested last week when police fired water cannon to disperse large crowds defying a ban on public gatherings. 3 protest leaders were also released, but 2 were immediately re-arrested, relating to another rally last month. Their freed colleague is vowing to carry on.
We didn't feel deterred by the arrests. We know that this is part of the fight and the government is trying to shut our mouths. But that's okay, because while we were in prison, we were so happy that the protests kept on going.
Protests against Prime Minister Prayuth Chan-ocha began earlier this year, but they escalated last week after 2 activists were charged with attempting violence against Thailand's queen. They face a life sentence if convicted. As well as constitutional changes, demonstrators are breaking a long taboo subject in Thailand by demanding reforms to the monarchy. Sympathizers elsewhere have been showing solidarity with the Thai movement, including pro-democracy activist Joshua Wong from Hong Kong.
Crackdown and the suppression is not the way out. It's the time to end the bloodshed in Thailand and to push forward democratic reform.
Many have compared Thailand with Hong Kong, with young protesters taking a stand against what they see as oppressive governments. It's been dubbed the Milk Tea Alliance because of the shared love of the drink. They're also exchanging protest tactics, such as arming themselves with umbrellas and helmets against police in riot gear, using hand gestures to coordinate large crowds, and with a similar salute of resistance.
They see a lot of parallels between the 2 struggles. Both are essentially struggles for a representative democracy, and both movements are also youth-led movements. So there's kind of a shared identity there between the young protesters.
Prime Minister Chan-ocha is recalling Parliament for a special session next week in response to the growing protests. The government's threatened to block access to the popular messenger app Telegram and has suspended an online channel for what's described as spreading false information. But with more rallies planned this week, the Thai protesters are emphasizing their point, saying they're not going anywhere. Emily Sue, Al Jazeera.